Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm going to get into the spoiler talk for the program and the treatment, which mainly it's going to be a spoiler talk on the treatment by Suzanne Young. And this is the last and final book in the duology. And so, yeah, it's mainly going to be spoilers on this book. So one thing I was saying earlier in the series review was the ending of the treatment felt way too easy. And what I mean by easy is, so halfway through the book, Sloane meets this reporter who wants to do a story on her and James and them being in the program and what the program is really like, and trying to basically expose the program to the public and what they really do, what they're behind. And so at the end of the book, Sloane and James get interviewed by the reporter. And based on their interviews, plus reports on the studies of the program, apparently there were studies that the program hid from the public so that it would seem like they have 100% success rate, but really no study is going to have 100%, no program or treatment is going to have 100% success rate. And so they kind of hid those failures, those failing studies. And so at the end, the reporter is able to somehow, without, any effort at all, it seems like he's able to get his hands on those reports that they tried to cover up, and based on those reports and Sloane and James's statements, he is able to write an article and let the public know about the program, and this is what they're actually doing. And pretty much from there, the U.S. government shuts down the program. So when I say too easy, it's because, it seemed way too easy the way he was able to get the reports with no, it seemed like there wasn't really any effort for him to be able to find the reports and get access to the reports. And so, when I was reading that, I was like, if it was that simple and that easy, couldn't they have done that so much earlier on? Like, why, and if it was that easy for him to get the real reports, why couldn't he have done it? Granted, he didn't actually know about the reports until, I forget her name, but one of the doctors that worked with Realm, she's the one that told him, the reporter, about the reports, and again, he somehow easily gained access to them. I just felt like it should have been harder to gain access to. This is something the program was trying to cover up and hide, because if it ever got out, it would ruin their program. It would ruin everything, and obviously they would be shut down. So you would think they would have those reports, either they would have been destroyed or they would have been under much tighter security, under lock and key. And I think what would have been better would be, especially because I mentioned earlier in the series review, the rebels didn't really do anything rebellious in this book. They mainly just ran and hid from the program the entire book. So it would have been nice to see the rebels actually, being a part of trying to maybe find the reports. So if the reports were under tight security, under lock and key, maybe them having to work together to sneak into the program and somehow, bypass all the tight security and somehow gain access to the file, to the reports. That would have been a lot more interesting, I think, as there would have been a lot more plotting and planning going on, and especially if at one point they get caught or almost caught or whatever, there could have been a lot more done with that. And I just think the way it kind of ended up happening was just too simple. So yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to talk about with this book. Another was, I'm looking at my notes again, because I don't always remember what I want to say. So another thing I was going to say is, so in this book, we find out there's a pill that can restore their memories, the memories that the program erased and took from them. There's a pill that can restore all those memories, but there's only one pill, and Sloane has it, but she doesn't want to take it because, what about James? It wouldn't be fair. He should have his memories back too. And so it's kind of like, well, who should take the pill? James or Sloane? James or Sloane? Or one of the other characters. And my thing I kept thinking was, couldn't they just split the pill? Like, cut it in half. He takes half, she takes half. And I don't know, would that make it not effective? Like, would they not gain all their memories if they split it in half? Or, I don't know. I felt like they could have easily split it in half, and maybe both of them could have gotten their memories back. Especially because, when you take off the cover of the treatment, so this is the picture on the hard cover, on the hard part of the book. And so this is the pill that they supposedly take to restore their memories. And if you can kind of see it, it looks like, you see where that line is in the middle? So it looks like they could have cut it perfectly in half, and they both could have taken half, and maybe both of them get their memories back. So I don't know why this never came up as an option, why they didn't ever think of this. I thought it'd be pretty obvious, but I don't know, it didn't come up. But anyway, yeah, so the last thing that I wanted to say about this book was Realm. Now, I mentioned earlier in the series review, Realm is one of my favorite characters, only not because he's a good character, but because he's so complex and very well written, because Realm at times you're just like, that bastard, seriously, what the heck? But then at times you're like, well, I kind of want to give him a chance because he's really protective of Sloane and he really wants to help her and, be there for her. But then at the same time, like, when you find out that he was working with the program from the beginning, he took away Sloane's memory when she found out his real identity, that he was part of the program. That just pissed me off. And when you find out later on that Realm and Dallas used to be dating, but of course she's been through the program. She has her memory erased. She doesn't remember Realm. Somehow he remembers her. So I think they said in here that he had taken the pill as well to gain his memories back. So there was more than one. He took one, but so pretty much him and Dallas were dating as well, and you find out later on that he was the one who called the program to take Dallas in. And when I found that out, I was like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, that part just totally pissed me off. I was just like, that little, I can't even say it. But, he just made me so mad at points. But then at points, it was kind of like, he's okay, I guess. Especially in the first book. I liked him more in the first book because, well, in the first book, we didn't know about the whole thing with Dallas. We did find out towards the end of the first book, that he was working with the program, but we didn't know about Dallas till the second book. So in the first book, there were more moments where I was kind of like, okay, maybe he's okay, I kind of like him. But just the more I found out about Realm, the more I was like, no. But he's a very well-written character, and he's very, very complex. And so I think that's why I did enjoy his character. The one thing I'll say about Realm's character, though, is I don't get why he was so obsessed with Sloane. Like, he quickly became really obsessed with Sloane. And, Sloane, even with her memories erased or gone, she still knew how she felt about James. She still loved James and wanted to be with him. But, and the way Realm manipulated situations and everything, it annoyed me. But I don't get his obsession with her. Right from the beginning, he was obsessed with her, and I don't know, I just don't get it. I think that that was put in there to be part of the love triangle, which again, like I said, I don't like love triangles, and I don't think this one was well written at all. So, yeah, I could have done without that. But anyway, those are some of the points I wanted to get to in this spoiler talk. So let me know what you guys thought. Let me know your comments down below. And I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye.